Hi, I am Amit, founder of Design and Me, the Elite Learning Academy. Welcome to today's introductory session on fashion design business, two sides of the coin. In this session, we are going to have a look upon both the opportunities and the challenges that prevails in the fashion industry. Let's begin. Now is the time is what I have always heard from fashion aspirants and entrepreneurs. As per the research done and available data, people today are excitedly looking forward to welcome young designers. The attention, buzz, and support for new designers is increasing every year. There is a huge competition amongst the stores and magazines to be the first to pick up the best new designer. Lot of industries are promoting, rewarding, and giving financial help to recognize and support new and upcoming talent. Consumers are bored of the sameness offered by the big and so-called famous brands and have now started looking forward for something special to look different. The revolution in the internet has made the latest in fashion easily accessible to all people around the world, and that too with a single mouse click. Many sites have now been hosted online and are out and out promoting upcoming labels and highlighting the designers behind them. Even reality TV has jumped on the bandwagon to enrich the curiosity about life as an emerging fashion star. All of this and many more is offering more openings and opportunities to reach people and new ways to be successful. However, as every coin has two sides, if there are immense opportunities in the world of fashion, this is also one of the most challenging times for new and aspiring designers. The competition is growing and more people are now getting attracted to the so-called glamour world of fashion. So, one, there is immense and cutthroat competition now in the world of fashion, and two, the media and press people are also putting extraordinary pressure on designers to become famous overnight. They are sending mixed and confusing messages to his readers and viewers. Friends, believe it or not, fashion industry does have a tendency to overhype the few designers who are the rising stars. This industry can actually destroy you faster than you can think of by unreasonably raising your expectations. It's tempting but very dangerous to give in to the hype and unrealistic expectations of the fashion industry. I hope I have made sense so far. If yes, let's move ahead and understand what is supposed to be done to face these so-called challenges and become a highly paid designer and run your business of fashion successfully and profitably. We indeed need to throw away the glamorous image of ram shows and of being a celebrity overnight. With due respect to the existing culture of launching your brand and label through fashion shows, we need to understand that fashion is a business. It's the business of designing, making and selling clothes and accessories. Lot of aspiring young designers enter the world of fashion to be creative, but fashion is nothing without business. Fashion is something you wear, it's not something you put on the runway to show how creative you are. Hence, there's nothing bad about selling dresses, and we need to also learn the business side of fashion. You need to balance the creative and the business side. Both actually act as support system for each other to survive. Just as an example, if you think you are a creative person and can't do the other side of business, it doesn't make sense. In business, surviving on a day-to-day basis is creative in itself. Lot of times you need to find new ways to solve problems and market your brand and designs without the availability of proper resource or experience. Let's go a little deeper and understand the business side of fashion by coming straight to the point. if you are in the fashion business, just to be famous. Forget it. The fashion industry requires tremendous hard work, determination, discipline and passion. There is no shortcut, no magic wand to success. And while you can actually learn from others' mistakes, you must eventually find your own path. It's easy to look at the freedom of having your own business, but it's not as easy to be a successful businessman or businesswoman as it looks. According to statistics published by the Small Business Administration, that's SBA, 50% of businesses fail in the first year and 95% fail within 5 years. Yes, you heard it right. 50% of businesses fail in the first year and 95% fail within 5 years. No, I am not trying to discourage you or disappoint you, but you really need to realize that it takes effort to become a successful entrepreneur and ultimately run your business of fashion successfully and profitably. You need to take care of every bit of your business, right from the fabric to production to sales to cash flow and much more. I would rather suggest you to be absolutely honest with yourself right now and review whether being your own boss is the right path for you. Are you willing to invest the time and effort in learning the do's and don'ts of business and entrepreneurship? There are realities you need to understand up front right before you take the first step to entrepreneurship and start your own business of fashion. The first reality is starting a new business involves huge amount of money. I repeat, starting a new business involves huge amount of money. If you so wish, you can pause the video right now and write this out. It is really important and it will serve you. So what I actually meant to say is that the hardest part of running your business is the availability of funds. My suggestion to you is that no matter how much you think it will cost you to start and run your business in the first year, simply multiply that figure by 10. Then determine if you can afford to start your own business and whether you are willing to work potentially for the whole year, struggling with the available cash balance and probably paying everyone but yourself. The second reality is work, work and work. It won't be overstated if I say that you will live, eat and breathe your business. Yes, you heard it right. Designers work 7 days a week, 12 or more hours per day and have little or no time for friends, exercise or holidays. You need both physical and mental strength and must be absolutely and passionately in love with what you are doing. As the popular saying goes, if you love your job, you will never have to work a day in your life. It holds true for you. The next reality is it might take several years for your business to profit. Getting your business on its feet and self-sustaining can easily take 2 or more years. Many designers who get significant press attention, grow their sales each season and are recognized as models of success are in fact still not making money. Hence, a lot of patience is required at your end. Another fact of the matter is that you will find you are principally designing less than 10% of the time. A designer takes on many roles and spends significant time on documentation, managing human resource, delivering finished products, spends time in manufacturing units, renders services to customers, sends emails, sources fabrics, materials and chases money. Most young designers in the startup stage do everything themselves and generally find themselves spending only 5 to 10% of their time in hardcore designing. So you need to be mentally prepared to design less than 10% of the total time. The next reality to start your own business of fashion is that it demands immense self-discipline. When you are into business and work for yourself, no one will make you get out of bed each morning or motivate you to meet your commitments and deadlines, and nobody will help you to prioritize your time. As an entrepreneur, you are expected to create your own structure, set daily goals, stay focused, and ensure everything is planned and on schedule. As and when problem arises, you are expected to face it head on. So, you simply just can't run and hide. You also need to be tough and assertive. You are into business, and as a designer, you can't afford to be scared of small things. Neither can you take things or issues personally. According to me, the hardest part of running your business successfully is to have a split personality and be both tough and assertive at the same time. When faced with challenges, you have to be tough, but the creative mind has to be emotional and sensitive. At times, you might even have to deal with studio owners and factory supervisors a little aggressively to get your work done. As a business owner, you will have to call up and follow up upon with people who owe you money, make tough decisions which might as well upset others, and most importantly, learn to say no. The next big challenge that you might face is you have to work on your own. Being your own boss means facing the insecurity of not having a fixed income like otherwise you have in a job when you're working for somebody else. Also, practically, there is no guarantee that your business will survive. Despite all this, no matter how good it sounds to not have a boss whom you have to report, working alone can also make you feel lonely. You might have to spend hours by yourself, and chances are you might often feel isolated. The next reality to start your own business of fashion is that at times business can be risky. Chances are people will steal from you, studios won't pay, and others might replicate or copy your designs. One of my designer students recently saw his original dress with a selling price of 1500 rupees in a store next to the store where it had been originally displayed for Indian currency of 300 rupees. Sorry to say, but this is part of the business. At times, you will have an option to fight for your rights, but at other times, you have to be creative and find out a symbiotic way to get associated and profit from the situation, like the designer who walked into the offices of a large, well-known clothing brand and saw photos of his collection on their design board. Rather than blasting with anger, he, on the other hand, offered to consult for them and ended up making enough money to fund his next ramp show. So friends, today we have covered the various opportunities and challenges that is being faced by young designers and entrepreneurs in creating and running their own business of fashion. As we go further into the depth of Create, Promote and Sell training program, you shall learn the secrets of becoming a successful entrepreneur, how to build a strong foundation and launch your own label while simultaneously securing the loyalty of your customers. You shall also be given practical guidance on the best way to realize your designer goals. I am very excited and I am looking forward to connect with you in my next video, wherein I shall cover the prerequisites and the mindset required for you as a designer to start your own business. Till then, let's work together and achieve peace of mind, financial freedom, and a career for life. Thank you.